True.
Do you know someone who was part of the anti-Marcos group?
There are lots of people who were against Marcos before. One of that was Ninoy Aquino. The rest are the Comunista Party. But when it comes to the one who really pushed against Marcos was Ninoy Aquino.
What is the difference between the martial law before and the martial law today?
Martial law before were not managed well, were not put into consideration lots of things. There are lots of abuses, lots of dead people, lots of family lost their loved ones. And martial law today, according to the Supreme Court, it is constitutional, it is valid. There are very specific reasons why it is constitutional. There's rebellion, there is invasion, so that's very different compared to the martial law declared by Marcos.
Do you agree with the petition regarding the extension of martial law?
Personally, I don't agree with the extension of martial law because when it comes to extension, we're thinking about the negative effect of that extension to our economy. We are very safe here, but our economy is going down because of this martial law.
Yes. First question. Do you know someone who's part of the anti-Marcos groups?
Again?
Do you know someone who was part of the anti-Marcos groups?
No, I don't know someone.
Second. What's the difference between the martial law before and the martial law today?
The martial law before is more kasi naririnig ko sa mga parents ko na huwag masyadong kumpiyansa kasi it's martial law, kasi it's easy for them to put you to apprehend you or to put you into jail kahit hindi man lang yung kasalanan ng pinag mo, and then they are scared of patayin ni Marcos daw yung na mamuli na may kasalanan. But as yung martial law now naman, we cannot really feel, yun lang, magiging yung strict, they are very strict in terms of yung mga safety ng mga tao sa community, like yung putting some yung mga checkpoints there along the road, and then it's no ID or dapat may ID ka so that they can easily identify you. Yun lang. Yun lang yung kailangan ngayon. Oops! Sorry! Did you bummer?
The last question to me is, do you agree with the petition regarding the extension of martial law today?
Yes. Bakit kung if it is for the good of the staff, if it is for the good of people or here in the Philippines, good for all the people here in the Philippines and also the people in our country. Marami naman ako eh. Wala namang gaano information sa atin. Yun lang yung mga checkpoints and everything.
Thank you po, Miss, for the interview.
Thank you, Miss.
First question. You know someone was part of the anti-Marcos group?
Yes, I do know people who are part of the anti-Marcos group even from before.
Are they still in the run today?
Some in Manila, some are anti-Marcos but are not part of any organization.
Second question. What is the difference between the martial law before and the martial law today?
The way I see it, especially that our knowledge of martial law before would primarily come from literature, from news, from documentaries that we've watched, from people we encounter who have experienced martial law before. From my perspective, I think they're very much different. Because martial law this time is primarily put in place not because of a state of rebellion, but because of threats of terrorism, while the martial law before was placed allegedly because of rebellion and was mainly political in nature.
Do you agree with the petition regarding the extension of martial law today?
I don't think it is upon every individual's opinion, because maybe the government knows something that we don't, which is going to be a good basis for them to make the decision whether to extend the martial law implementation or not. But the way I see it right now, we don't really feel, because we're not doing anything against the government or that threatens peace and order in our community. So I think even if they extend it, if it's to protect our safety and to protect our community, I think an extension would be good. But if abuse begins to take place, definitely they would have to look into the implementation of martial law.
Okay, that's all, Miss. Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Apple on the Wall by BJ Patino. There's this man on the wall of my father's office at home. You know, where father brings his work, where it doesn't look strange.
Still wearing his green uniform and colored breastplates, where, to prove that he works hard, he also brought a photo of his boss.
He calls Apple, so Apple could, you know, hang on the wall behind him and look over his shoulders to make sure he's snappy and all.
Father snapped at me once, caught me sneaking around his office at home looking at the stuff on his wall. Handguns, blocks, a sword, medals, a rifle.
Told me that was no place for a boy, only men, but he didn't really have to tell me, because, you know, the photo of the apple on the wall was already
Looking at me while I moved around, his eyes following me like he was that scary Jesus in the hallway, saying,
I know what you're doing. The poem. Our insight about the poem is about how martial law was effective and how it was crucial back then. It shows how the situation was handled and how it changed our perspective of Marcos.
The present. The martial law today is quite different from the Marcos regime because it is based on the Constitution.
In the past, the martial law was declared by Ferdinand Marcos in hopes to bring order when the country was in chaos due to the rebels' actions. However, the one thing that was supposed to help us and bring order back to the country turned into something else, marking it as one of the darkest times of Philippine history. At first, everything was fine. Everyone was safe and a lot of good things happened in the country. However, like they say, all good things must come to an end. Innocent people were tortured and arrested for reasons that they didn't even do. There were a lot of them who died, some in brutal ways. Human rights were being denied, and people who badmouthed the president either ended up in jail or being killed. There wasn't anything that people could do except to band up together and march towards EDSA. This event, known to us as People Power. This led to Ferdinand Marcos' term in presidency to an end, thus freeing us from martial law. However, there are still some people who are traumatized and remember what happened before. We should always remember the true story of the martial law during Marcos' time so that it may never happen again in the future.